Blanton and Bush have had shutout innings through the first 5, and there were very few scoring opportunities in the early stages of the ball game. Blanton had the help of a couple of good defensive plays by his mates behind him. For example, with 2 out in the second inning and nobody on, Alex Rios got good wood on the ball. Line drive, short. Great play at shortstop, leaping as Ellis snares it in the webbing, and that's out number 3 on a blistering line drive off the bat of Alex Rios. 1, 2, 3 in the second for the Jays. As we go to the bottom half, 0-0. And 2 out in the fourth inning, and Shea Hillenbrand, who's had a hot bat all the way for the Jays thus far this year, made a bid to get one safely into right field.
Blanton has the side now, turns and goes 3-2 pitch. It's swung on, line to right. Swisher coming on, going down, tumbles, holds on with a backhanded play. Fine play and right by Nick Swisher. He got a great jump and holds on, robbing Hillenbrand of a base hit. And after 4 complete, still no score.
It was interesting the way that Blanton and Bush were mastering veteran hitters going to the 6th inning. Blanton had retired 6 straight, and 10 out of 11 when Reed Johnson broke up that nice run. High drive to center field. That's hit deep. A long run for Cote. Still running out of room. Gone. Home run by Reed Johnson leading off the 6th inning, and Toronto gets the first score of the night, 1-0. Perhaps just a little bit ruffled by that. Blanton walked Catalanato, but got a double play ball off the bat of Orlando Hudson before giving up a single to Wells, but then got the dangerous Eric Kinsky to tap back to the mound, and that was the last pitch for Blanton tonight. He threw only 77 pitches in his 6 innings of 3-hit, 1-run baseball, but at that point, the A's were down. Not for long, though, as 11 straight batters had been retired by Bush when Swisher stepped in and looked in the right spot, leading off the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch now to Swisher, who cuts on it, hits a high fly to right. It's deep, but not deep enough, or is it? And it is gone! Rios going gradually back to the wall in dead right field, then suddenly began to climb the wall, and it carried out of here as Swisher homers for the 3rd time this year. And just like that, this one is even at 1-1. And that put Mark Kotsay in the swing of things. And there's a little fisted effort that's fair down the left field line. Kotsay rounding first base, going for 2, and he'll make it standing. He fought that pitch off in on him, looped the swing, and dumped it down the left field line. Kind of a soft line drive about 3 feet there. And Jason Kendall, one of the A's who needed to break out of the hitting doldrums to get things going, came to the plate at this time, 1 for 9 in the series, but this time things turned around. There's a drive belted to the left center field alley, and that's going to get it through all the way, and Kotsay will score easily, and into second is Kendall, and the A's have taken the lead. Jason Kendall follows Kotsay's double with a 2-bagger of his own, 2-1 Athletics. Well, the A's had the lead, and if the bullpen could hold it for Joe Blanton, he could pick up his first win in the Major Leagues. And Houston Street was the first of the relief corps to get the call in the 7th inning. The rookie from Texas, though, ran into trouble with the first batter. Shea Hillenbrand drilled a double to right field, wound up at third base on an infield out, and Rios, who was robbed by Ellis back in the 2nd inning, tried to find a hole in the defense.
Street ready now, the 1-0 pitch, and it's swung on line to right center for a base hit. We have a tie ball game. Swisher cuts it off. Rios holds with a single. Scoring from third is Hillenbrand, and this ball game is tied up at 2-2.
Rios runs very well, but he didn't run well enough to outrun the throw by Jason Kendall on his steal attempt. He was cut down. Perhaps a hit and run in which Russ Adams did not make contact. Adams then went down swinging, and Street finished his stint, but the game had been tied. Blanton had no chance for a win, and as it turned out, neither did Bush, who left after his 7 innings. We got to the bottom of the 8th before the Athletics finally found the combination. Valero had pitched the top half of the 8th inning, and in the bottom half, Nick Swisher got things rolling as at this point Jason Frazier had come in to take over the pitching, and Swisher singled sharply to right field. He was sacrificed to second by Mark Ellis. They walked Kotze intentionally so that Frazier could pitch to Jason Kendall. Didn't turn out to be a good idea for the Jays.
And the pitch to Kendall is swung on. Fly ball short left. Johnson coming on, diving, and knocks the ball down. It rolls in front of him. Swisher rounding third to score. Stopping at second is Kotze. Jason Kendall with a base hit to left field. And the A's take a 3-2 lead.
The only left-hander in the Jays bullpen, Scott Schoenweiss, then got the call to come on with 3 left-handed batters waiting in the A's lineup. Eric Chavez was the first one, and Schoenweiss couldn't throw strikes. He walked Chavez to load the bases. That brought up Rubio Durazzo, and at this point, a very pivotal play occurred that might have, had it been executed, negated the A's getting anything more out of the inning.
On the way, 2-2, swung on comebacker, taken by Schoenweiss, goes to the plate, and the ball gobbled by Zahn. The run scores, everybody is safe, and the A's take a 4-2 lead. And Schoenweiss messed that play up. It was a double play ball. It was well hit back to the box. Initially, he looked to second, thinking about beginning a double play that way, then threw the ball to the plate, but threw a sinker. It was low and inside for the third base side of home plate, and Zahn couldn't hold on.
Schoenweiss then got another comebacker, but not hit real hard off the bat of Hatterberg. He was able to get the force out at the plate, but the bases remained loaded with 2 out, with the right-handed Keith Ginter coming to the plate. After a conference, they elected to stay with the left-hander Schoenweiss against the right-handed batting Ginter, and decisions weren't going the Jays' way in the 8th inning.
Got Schoenweiss ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch now, and Ginter hits the line drive. Base hit to left center field. 2 runs will score. Hatterberg stops at second. Ginter singles to left center, and the A's lead by 4. It is 6-2. Chavez and then Durazzo scoring, and a leaping try by the shortstop Adams, and he couldn't flag it down. And a big hit and 2 RBIs for Keith Ginter as the A's take a 6-2 lead.
A little breathing room. And Dotel, who had been warming up, anticipating a save situation, came on to pitch the ninth, but with a 4-run lead, it no longer qualified for a save. And maybe a little game rustiness for Octavio. He'd only worked 2 innings in the first 8 games, and he walked Eric Hinsky on 4 pitches to start the inning. Came back strong to strike out Hillenbrand on a slider, but Zahn busted a double to right field past a diving Swisher, and Hinsky went to third with runners at second and third. The rally was mounting. Rios grounded to short for the infield back. They conceded the run. Truro threw him out. The run scored from third to make it 6-3. When Russ Adams walked to put 2 on, that meant the tying run could get to the plate, the person of Reed Johnson, who had homered off back in the 6th inning. The battle went to 2-2. Dotel is ready. His 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Swung and missed on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. The A's get their first home win of the year. They stop the Jays' winning streak at 4, and they go into the off day on a winning note as Dotel gets the final out of the night in an A's victory to the tune of 6-3. Setting the stage for the big division rivalry series, beginning with the powerhouse Angels on Friday night with Cologne against Vito. And, of course, lots of big things are happening at the Coliseum, not just the game, but also big things on Friday night. Somebody is going to walk out of here with a General Motors vehicle. It might be you. When we return, Ken will be talking to Nick Fisher about the